Babylon is poised to achieve their science victory in the coming turns, and we, as Persia, just want Abraham Lincoln to suffer. Cincinnati has fallen, with Los Angeles and Houston hot on its heels. Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6 in Series 2 of our Controlled Chaos Metaseries, King of Kings. So, let's take care of a few notifications as we begin here. Lots of places are saying they need more housing. Not going to be able to deal with that at the moment. We did just finish the Nobel Prize in Literature competition. We got 3rd place, which means that we have extra album sales for rock bands. There's one problem. I'm not running rock bands, and we won't be running rock bands. That's just a fact of life. So we do have a few units that are able to promote, or that have earned promotions, and then I'm able to promote. So let's go ahead and earn some more promotions right out of the gate here. One of these units needs to take Los Angeles. I would argue, yeah, this unit gets the additional attack per turn if movement allows, can move after attacking. That's always nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and just end Los Angeles using this tank. And we can send this general back to Houston. I'm going to use my rocket artillery army here to hit back at that missile cruiser that just cruised inland using the... Notice how clever this is. It's using the rising tide of the oceans due to climate change to bring... They were bringing their missile cruiser in closer to do damage. All right, so we're going to keep Los Angeles, and now that will exert even more loyalty pressure on Houston. Rebellion in 37 turns, it says. I think I can probably improve that. For now, let me just heal this apostle. But next turn, since I just bought some apostles at the end of the last episode at the beginning of this turn, I think I will be able to convert Houston and help them rebel a little bit faster. How much we can get done before the end of the series, though, is anyone's guess. I mean, the project is well underway. Let's get an amphitheater built in Tarsus. And by the project, I'm talking about the exoplanet expedition that Babylon has been running for the past little while, of course. Okay, so we can train an archaeologist in St. Louis. Let's do that. Susa can build a harbor. That's pretty nice. Put a harbor district there. And then we'll put a monument in Los Angeles. Supply convoy can hang out where it is. Giant death robots can go pay Houston a visit. I love that the giant death robots can just walk in the ocean. It's kind of like Godzilla, or God, what was the name of that? Pacific Rim. It's exactly like that. You can just walk in the ocean. It's fantastic. It's like wading in a pond. All right, we're going to put this supply convoy back a little bit. This modern anti-tank army, I will position... let's see what I can get away with here. So Granada is going to be the next to fall. Absolutely. I just don't want to be... Guess I can go for the faith. Why not? Yeah, Granada is now under siege and will not heal anymore, so that's handy. I just don't want to be too careless with my units. I would hate to lose any at this point, so we'll try to hold on to them if we can. All right, let's put the supply convoy here. Have that unit hang out there. Now we have the same problem again, because we have this drone here. I mean, I guess I could move the drone. Oh no, they've assisted in firing this turn, so I can't actually move the drone. Well, let's move the military engineer down there then, and we'll get Los Angeles connected via rail in just a moment. For now, let's just have this artillery come down here. That's one of the reasons Granada is going to fall pretty rapidly, is I think we can attack from afar. We can also attack Houston from afar. We can totally put our artillery right here and hit Houston. So that'll work. All right, this apostle has been hanging out here for a while. The other apostle is currently healing. I can send them back once they're done with that. Let's get this helicopter army sent that way. Anti-tank crew army can fortify till healed. They're not quite able to promote this turn, but they will be able to soon. Railroad. Very nice. Okay, so this spy, we want to counter spy. So let's have you counter spy. All city districts are defended. Yeah, just protect the city center. They already have one of the best bonuses for counter spying because I don't have to worry about where I place them. It's a beautiful thing when handling a spy, not to have to worry about that. Unit was just promoted with distinction, and they're attacking the giant death robot. Abe's like, crap. This is not going the way that I planned. No, Abe, it isn't. But, you know. Oh, Sweden. In Sweden, we have many amusing folk songs that depict you as a villain. Even the simplest arts imitate truths of life, denounces you. We have different governments. All right. Hammurabi doesn't seem to have sped up their expedition. All right, so they are hitting my helicopter with everything they've got. Special session of the World Congress. Oh, wow. So a military emergency has been declared against me. I think I've got enough friends so that that won't be a problem, but maybe the few that... yeah? That actually passed. Who joined? So Sweden is now also at war with me. What the hell?
In art and dream,
listen.
May you proceed with abandon.
Listen.
In life, may you proceed with balance and stealth.
Over himself, over his own body and mind, the individual is sovereign.
Commercial hubs and encampments provide cities with 10% extra production, and accumulating resources with improvements provide +1 per turn. Yeah. Let's do corporate libertarianism. And as a result, we can institute some new policies. First of all, let's see if there's anything obvious that I want to bring in. All units gain 25% extra combat experience. That would be hilarious. Although I don't think it's necessary. Extra production towards naval units? Sure. Nuclear device maintenance reduced by 50% gold per turn. Probably not necessary. All land, melee, anti-cavalry, and naval melee class units gain +4 combat strength. Yeah, sure. How about that? And then extra gold in production for cities not... Wait a minute. Did I lose a gold-related policy just now? No, I didn't. I don't know why it's saying -162. That's a lie. Let's say colonial taxes. Why not? Progress towards near-future governance has advanced considerably. And now we can annihilate Granada. And it's going to be great. Alright, so that's all 3 artillery firing there. Anything more I can pillage here? Yeah, I can pillage for gold. There. Looks like there's a trader here that I can potentially plunder for some more gold. Thanks for that. And then this apostle is promotable. I have 2 apostles that are promotable. Nice. Proselytizer. Religious spread eliminates 75% of existing pressure. Religious spread is triple strength in cities of other civilizations. Sure, why not? Would have preferred a debater, but at the same time, I can use both of those, to convert Houston. Right now, they've got a rebellion in 36 turns. That's not going to happen while the series is still going. So let's see what we can do to make that go a little bit faster using religion. All right, so we have this supply convoy. Let's have you back out for a bit. That machine gun army is still healing up. Research-wise, let's just look for, extra production for quarry, oil well, and oil rig improvement. Sounds good to me. Social media, this will give us another governor title and some more policies. All right, so we're going to repair the War Department. Shame that we lost that. Modern Armor Army is promotable. Extra combat strength versus units in districts. There's a welcome rainfall in Russia. Okay, so we're no longer allies with Babylon, but we can redeclare our friendship. And let's go ahead and create a cultural alliance. Make him pay for it a little bit, which he was happy to do. Airport in Bakhtri for extra production. Stock exchange in Ray. And then Sparta. Do a seaport. It's fine by me. All right, San Francisco. It's interesting that we have these decisions to make. It's actually a pretty good location for an industrial zone. Let's go for it. These cities have just repaired themselves so well, and they're in such good condition, despite the fact they're still occupied and under our control, because this invasion has just gone so overwhelmingly smoothly that we're able to build in these cities as if we control them normally, which is just hilarious to me. All right, so next turn, we'll probably split our artillery's attention between Houston and Granada, because I don't actually think Granada will require more than one attack. But then again, next turn, the series could be over. So we'll see how it goes. Machine gun army has finished repairing. Not bad. I'm really bringing the full force of my military might to bear finally on this area, which is nice. A little bit of religious combat there. Let's send my military engineer back down into that territory to see what else I can do. And also, it looks like I definitely need some repair around here, so we'll work on that. Okay, why don't you gain some sources here? We're going to spy on Shaka a little bit. You gain sources there. Spies are in place. Next turn, please. Yep, they're going to fire on this thing. God, look at Congo's science per turn. That's insane. Makes you wonder, like, why he isn't farther along than he is. Yeah, we have made no progress towards the science victory because, I mean, I could have pushed for it a little bit sooner, but Babylon is doing what Babylon does. And so there's just this kind of recognition that there's no catching them. So we're just going to do what we can in the meantime. We've been busy dealing with Abraham. You know what? Sure, Egypt. If that's the way you would like to play it, I don't have an issue with that. All right, they are hitting that helicopter with everything they got. Unfortunately, Grenada's about to fall. +5 loyalty per turn, but minus 20% population growth in this player's cities. I think I'd rather... I'm going to sink a lot of votes into that. Climate Accords, nice. We can also sink some votes into the diplomatic victory, actually. All right, let's cancel trade routes to Shaka. I don't think any of those are going to go through. I didn't really put a huge amount of favor into those. 20% faster population growth for Hammurabi. Trade route sent to Portugal. Provide +4 gold to the sender. And then Hammurabi gets diplomatic victory points. The climate accords have, of course, passed. So now we need to start absorbing carbon to the extent that we can. We don't have that ability yet. Okay, now Mashhad definitely needs some more housing here. And this is one of the best spots for a neighborhood, so we'll do it there. Let's go ahead and get some repairs done. That's one of the reasons that housing is needed. This rocket artillery army is promotable, so we can give them more range. This one attack with this rocket artillery army is going to put me in a great position to take Granada. Which of course will not make the other players happy, but at the same time, Shaka has been taking advantage of this situation, so I'm going to take away his advantage. There we go. Now we have a rebellion in a few turns, but we can probably influence that to a large degree. I'm going to put these religious units on the coast here. Let's buy some Inquisitors and see what we can do to start clearing old religions from this area. It's kind of ironic that right as we're about to end America, the Atomic Age theme from America is playing. That just makes me smile. It is high irony. All right, we'll do an archaeological museum there. We'll train an archaeologist. The mausoleum at Halicarnassus. I mean, yeah, we're just going to do a builder. It's reached that point in the playthrough. All right, so I can decommission the nuclear power plant if I wanted to. Let's go ahead and repair the outer defenses in Washington. Granada also needs to repair outer defenses. Let's repair the monument, though, because that'll help with loyalty. It's kind of surprising that we're having a loyalty issue there, but it is what it is. Let's have that supply convoy hang out. The helicopter army can come over here, hang out in that fort. You can just fortify. You stay there, and then you can come here. The next turn should be very interesting. All right, this is our debater. I kind of want to bring the debater down here, to tell you the truth, because there's a lot of religious warfare happening down here. And if we can manage to win some conflicts in this area, it'll have more of an impact on the grand scheme. So let's do that. I'm honestly surprised this episode has gone 20 minutes long. But I do think it's any turn now for the exoplanet expedition. It's 3 or 4 turns away. 4 or 5 tops.
Which of all my important nothings shall I tell you first?
I don't know. You pick. Alliance level with Hammurabi has increased. Good. What does that entail specifically? Let's take a look at Cultural Alliance level 2. +2 culture from trade routes to the ally, +1 culture. Each of your districts grants an additional great person point per turn if you have a trade route from that city to your ally. So you really do have to, in order to benefit from alliances, really have to take advantage of trade routes. This is the most satisfying part, bar none. Okay. Oh, man, it looks like I might not... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to fire this turn with my artillery. That's a shame. But I can attack with my giant death robot, and now that the city is weakening, that actually makes a big difference. So next turn, we should be able to take the city, I would imagine. Yeah, you just heal up. There's not a lot left to do at this point. Let's do near future governance to get the extra governor title and 3 more envoys. Agmatana has gotten me my builder. Stock exchange in Charleston. Builder in Philadelphia. Builder in Washington. Market in Cincinnati. Promote Black Marketeer from Magnus. Yeah, can't do anything with you, sadly. Yeah, it's saying rebellion in 10 turns here, but I just don't think that's likely. We're going to have the monument repaired in a moment. And another thing I could do, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let's reassign. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be fully loyal in fewer than 18 turns. It's not going to take that long, now that we've reassigned that governor. All right, this apostle is an indulgence vendor. Use one of its charges, see if we can actually gain some gold for converting that city for the first time. Yeah, this unit's just a debater. Any combat that I can win down in that particular area is going to be helpful. All right, supply convoy. Let's send you down that way. All right, we're going to get these in the water. Oh, man, can you really not move that far? I forgot how few movement points apostles have. Okay. Every time I end the turn, there's a chance that we're going to see a victory screen, or a defeat screen, I guess, for Hammurabi. The amount of science per turn that Mbemba is producing.
Justice is the bond of men in states. For the administration of justice, which is the determination of what is just, is the principle of order in political society.
Okay. Well, I did not mean to select that. But I suppose either one. Let's go for optimization imperative first, because it's just going to take 1 turn, and then it will reveal some additional options to me. I think one of the things I'm enjoying most about this metaseries so far is the randomized tech. As I've said before, like, it's just a nice change of pace from the typical Civ 6 experience. Because you never know what's going to come up next. We have another trader available, but let's do just another builder. do one in St. Louis as well. I guess I will do the trader in Boston, because I have queued up a lot of builders now at this point. Okay, Los Angeles is still, you know, a new city. Built almost out of desperation. Okay, let's get the granary repaired. Yeah, city's going to be fully loyal in 7 turns. Send envoys. Ooh. Governor title. Done. Okay, and now... There we go. And there...
Darkness falls upon me, but never did a darkness not give way to dawn.
in your case, I hate to say it. I think that darkness is going to stick around. So, with that done, we're not at war anymore. We have no war weariness weighing us down at all. I really just need to... You're still an observation balloon. That needs to change. I didn't even realize I still had an observation balloon attached to one of these. That's funny. Let's move you there and move you there. So at this point, it's like Sweden and Shaka, which are both on the other continent. Sweden and the Zulu are the ones at war with me. I don't think there's much that I can do in the time that we have left. All right, let's do some religious combat here. This could be very useful. Good. All right, so that will probably help with the conversion of Granada. Not quite, but it's getting there. I'll use the final charge here. Oh my god, that didn't do it. Really? You jerk. All right, well, let's use the Inquisitor then. There we go. That was unexpected. All right, Houston now follows our religion. The monument is being constructed. All right, so because we're in a military emergency, we actually can't make peace, which is what I would normally try to do at this point. But the World Congress voted to make me an enemy of the world. Only 2 of the nations actually joined. I mean, it's clearly Abraham's fault. Can we all just agree on that? It's so straightforward. Painfully so. We have lots of artifacts. Amphora belonging to Abraham. Let's go ahead and repair that. You repair that. Okay. So maybe this is part of the reason that I was seeing some issues with my rare resources, but it can't be all of the reason. Like, you really want to tell me that all of my rare resources have been burning for a while? Every last one of them. See, wait a minute. See, now I'm curious. Yeah, we've got silver there. Silver's fine. Yeah, I don't know why the spices weren't, not just spices, but rare resources in general were not showing up on my trade screen last episode. Auckland has been defeated. Oh, that's a shame. Egypt. What? Listen, I've only ever done what was necessary for my survival. Why you do this?
If the enemy know not, we find everywhere
Oh,
men
didn't
of
mean to skip that.
mechanical genius, of great general acuteness, and discriminative understanding, who make no scruple in pronouncing the automaton a pure machine, unconnected with human agency in its movements, and consequently, beyond all comparison, the most astonishing of the inventions of mankind.
All right. Let's go for smart materials. That'll give us access to the exoplanet expedition, but we won't have time to actually complete it. It's just not happening. Do I really need to train another builder? Probably not. A water park wouldn't be the worst idea up here. Let's repair that university. Ooh, I can purchase a research lab there. Let's repair the outer defenses in Chicago. Repair the university in Cincinnati. Repair the watermill in Granada. Don't think I need to do anything else on the policy front. Let's have you link back up there. You can link back up here. You can go back on alert. You can go back on alert. You can go to sleep. Yeah, most of these units are just going to get put to rest, because there's nothing more to do with them, given that we are in the twilight of the series here. All right, so this Inquisitor still has things it can do, though. Hold on. I think this might give me a religious combat victory here. And there we go. Didn't quite convert Los Angeles, but then again I didn't expect it to. Now we can move this Inquisitor properly, convert Los Angeles properly, and all of these cities now follow, including Cincinnati, now follow my religion, which is fantastic. So we haven't just conquered in terms of control, political control, governmental control. We've conquered in terms of the spirits of the people. Their spiritual identity is fully Persian. Okay, so I think at this point, railway to Chicago would be a good idea. Let's go ahead and start working on that. And I do need to repair that resource. Next turn. Wow, Houston's been converted. Babylon is still trying. Like, credit where due. Like, they're really trying. It's not going to work, but they're trying. I was trying to read a tooltip game. Can you not? Your alliance with Peter has run its course. All right. Well, let's declare. Wait. Peter? Peter? What do you mean? Here. Will that make you like me more? If we set our old trade deal back up? How about that? So our alliance with Peter expired, and now because I've created so many grievances by eliminating America and by eliminating Granada, my longtime ally Peter just decides he wants nothing more to do with me. Okay. Whatever. Fine, be that way. see what I care. All right, let's go ahead and build a dam in Bakhtri. Let's repair the coal power plant in Washington and repair the university in Boston. Build a granary in Houston. It's just such a poorly placed city. You could tell Abraham was desperate to like get away from me and establish like a foothold elsewhere. Oh, that was a decent amount of extra gold per turn. I'll take that. I'm amazed the series has not ended. Like, the fact that we're still going right now is blowing my mind. All right, so Boston, this is our new trader. Let's just put you in Houston, and then you can trade with the capital directly. Looks like that might not quite have been... Yeah, that wasn't quite the right move to make from a religious combat standpoint, because the Inquisitor, for some silly reason, cannot cross that threshold. That's unfortunate. All right, let's finish getting Los Angeles connected, and we can also excavate more artifacts. Yeah, a barbarian artifact, why not? Get a lumber mill built there. Railroad in the campus. So Chicago is almost connected. Let's spread religion in Houston just to push back against Babylon. Just give them a small middle finger. Thankfully, we renewed our alliance with them relatively recently. So I don't think what just happened with Russia is in danger of happening with Babylon. All right, next turn. I know I just said there it is. There it is.
From the dust to which our civilization first rose, so too shall we return.
This feels a bit
As
contrived.
the light of our people fades to nothingness, we wonder if one will rise to rekindle our flame.
Like, it's a technical defeat because he completed the exoplanet expedition because he's Hammurabi and he has all the science. And we're his allies too. So that does confirm, I was kind of wondering out loud a few episodes ago, like I couldn't remember if you have to be on a team with another player at the beginning of the game, like in a way that you set up a team in order to win an allied victory, or if you win, if your ally wins, if it's an alliance that you forged during the game. I kind of feel like it should be the latter, but I also can immediately understand why that wouldn't be the case, because then someone can achieve a victory just by securing an alliance in the final turns for fun or just for laughs, which doesn't make sense. But from a narrative standpoint, like, if I was, let's say that I had been allies with Hammurabi for the entire game, the way that I was with Russia for most of the entire game. If he had won, like he just did, because he did win. He won. That's what happened. He just won. We lost. He won. And we've been allies with him for the entire game. That's also like kind of a win for me, right? Because our civilizations are closely connected. So, I don't know. I have two different ways of looking at it, but I understand why it doesn't work that way. I was just curious because I wasn't quite sure, having not had as many alliances in Civ 6 in the past, either on or off the channel for whatever reason. So, yeah, I guess you could say today I learned with regard to like specifically how that plays out. So you have to set up a team first in order to win. Anyway, I'm rambling. That was the expected outcome and has been the expected outcome for about 6 or 7 episodes at this point. It's been very clear that Hammurabi was going to run away with this. It's what he does. But still, in terms of what we accomplished, we were able to completely defeat America. Let's go just one more turn to take a look at this. Completely defeat America. We have the... actually, we don't have the strongest army. Shaka has the strongest army. Check that out. We have more science per turn than Shaka, though, so get wrecked. Nice. The industrial zone finished in San Francisco. But yeah, overall, this was a fun series. America made it a little bit challenging. Lessons were learned in terms of, you know, even when you have like wide open areas to expand in the beginning of the game, if you don't have like mountainous terrain to take advantage of, then you're gonna suffer to a large degree. And we were able to get a nice campus down here later in the game, but this is our nicest campus, apart from the ones that we maybe conquered and took from America. You could definitely tell why Abraham was able to do so much better. Look where he started. He started like nestled in a massive mountain range where he could build. There's also a volcano there, so he's obviously got a campus there, which ironically only produces 2 science because he didn't put it close enough to the freaking volcano. But still, like the fact that he has these in place. Look at this one. Yeah, that's like amazingly placed campus. We were up here where things were mostly flat. And this was a lesson, God, I remember back when Civ 6 launched. Like, Quill 18 played his first game of Civ 6 kind of on the channel. And the biggest takeaway that I remember from that, and he might say the same, is that, like, okay, we need to play the district game more. Because that was the big thing that changed with Civ 6, is the addition of these districts. And it's still the case. Even years after that, and after these expansions have come out and the Leader Pass has fully dropped all of its content, at the end of the day, you have to play the district game. And if you don't, especially on top tier difficulties like this one, which we are playing on Emperor, which is 2 away from the top, the 6th difficulty in the game, then this is kind of the outcome, especially when Babylon is involved, because Babylon gets just ridiculous bonuses. Specifically, we might be able to take a look at them. Let's see real quick. Might be in the Civilopedia before we end the series. Babylon rewrites how to win a science victory. Rather than focus on gaining science via conventional means, Babylon seeks to leap ahead in the science race via unlocking Eurekas. Hammurabi has to contend with 50% science each turn, but Eurekas, rather than just boosting research part way, unlock technologies fully. So all he has to do is accomplish certain goals, and he gains, those technological bonuses. So as long as the right things happen gameplay-wise to Hammurabi, he gets so far ahead so fast. And you could tell that he was just able to capitalize during this particular game, especially given that it seems like he was in a similar situation to us, because he had so much territory. There wasn't a lot of competition for him. So, and it also looks like he might have taken some city-states. So, overall, strong end of the series. Was expected, but the next one will be same difficulty. One thing I'll note is that since I left Giant Death Robots on by accident, the next series, it might not be the next one, but the next series where the random number generator says that Giant Death Robots should be on, I will turn them off to compensate for this. But other than that, I'm just going to keep letting RNG decide our fate. I guess that's one more thing to comment on before I wrap up here. This was a Heroes playthrough. And maybe one of the reasons that we weren't able to take more advantage of our heroes is the same thing I was describing with the district game, and like really not having an ability to keep up in terms of science. So we were really pushing as hard as we could to like win the war with America early on, look for anywhere where we could build a decent campus and start to generate more science per turn. And so we just couldn't focus on heroes. It could be that in situations more like what we had in Another Victoria, it could be that the huge amount of time that it was taking me to produce heroes in this game is dramatically reduced by the extra production and the advantages of, having a better start and a better map. So it's not like I'm going to change the fact that heroes is part of the chaos that could pop up in any one of these series, but that it was definitely interesting to see how playing on this difficulty level kind of made me feel like focusing on the heroes was like focusing on wonders. And it's really such a specific set of circumstances, including the quality of the map that you get and the quality of the start and where specifically you are and what the other civilizations near you are doing. There are so many things that have to line up in order for you to go for wonders at this difficulty, and it's the same with heroes. So there might be a trick to it, and I'll continue to try and play with it from different perspectives. That's one of the fun things about doing 18 series in a row like this with each different leader, because we can see how certain settings play out in different game scenarios. as the meta-series goes on. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope you are as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day but Monday at 11 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next series.